Shall we begin?
Let's begin now.
Welcome everybody, a inbox review, a kit review, whatever you would like to call it. We can call it whatever you like. So, kick off with, this is a 1/35th scale Dragon Smart Kit. The kit number is 6679 and the actual kit is a 7.5 centimeter pack 44. After that you can read it yourself because I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. So this little kit, I've bought this for a build on my other channel. This is actually going to be put into a building as a ambush vehicle, and we'll turn it over, have a look at the back. What it is actually showing you is that it's got a full engine. It's got a pretty nice canopy. It also, one of the reasons I bought this, it's got magic tracks and not them stupid vinyl rubber things. I don't know why they went to them. They had a fantastic system and then it's like everything, they balls it all up, excuse my French. Other bits and pieces showing you the pack 40, and well, that's about it really. As you can see, there's them there. Pause it, have a look, and we'll turn it over and let's get into it. I bought this, I think it's called Vanquish model kits off Facebook. Now you can see it's got £30 up the top there as a price. I actually picked this up for £25 included postage and packing, which I thought was a bloody good deal. So let's get into the box. Right, what we are faced with are the Dragon instructions. There's not too much blue on there. In fact, there's very little blue on there, which has totally surprised me. We have also sprues. Now, I have noticed now with Dragon, they seem to be just throwing their sprues into bags. Once upon a time, everything was nicely packed and sort of displayed for you in the box, but now everything's just rammed in. No care, consideration taken. Anyway, we've got lots of bits floating around there inside that bag. The amount of sprues, we've got 2 in that bag. We have 3 in this bag, and the last bag we have 1, 2, 3 sprues in that one as well. We also have the most tiniest little hole I've ever seen in my life. Tiny little thing, but here we go. And also we have a pack of PE. There's 2 pieces of PE in there. We'll have a look at them in a minute. And some decals, or decals, transfers or stickers, whichever you would like to call them is fine by me. And we have some very tiny little magic tracks. These are tiny. These are tiny. So that's what we get in the box. Now, I'll take that box out of the way. I shall drop the camera down and we'll have a closer look at the parts. Okay, I said I lied when I said we'll have a look at the parts. We're going to have a little look at the instructions. Front, we have all the sprue set out and very, very little blue, which is a nice thing to see. We'll open it up. Right, colour callouts. We have Hobby Colour, Mr. Colour, and Model Master Colour. That's it. We run straight on to part 1, assembly of the shells, engine. By the look of it, a well detailed engine. On to 3 and 4. It looks like the final drives and the running gear. Down to the bottom, this is assembly of the lower chassis, hull, whichever you would like to call it. What's that? 5, 6. Lots of little bits on this. It's a very, very finely detailed little kit, and I think I'm going to be regretting this. On to 10. There's not many steps in this. 22. So we've got the assembly of the upper deck, and then we move on to the assembly of the Pack 40. There's quite a bit on the Pack 40 assembly because that's the main bit of it. Then we've got putting the tracks on and actually mounting the gun onto this. It literally is just a chassis. Also a cover to go on the top. I think that's optional, so we'll see how that goes. Moving on to, it's mostly Eastern Front, unknown unit. We have a couple of units here which I'm not even going to try and pronounce or work out. I think you can actually see them. So they're both Eastern Front, and they're just giving you different pattern. Plain grey, a bit of a camouflage one, and then they're just giving you a plain grey with a little bit of camouflage if you would like. So that's it for the destructions. So now I'll drop you down and we'll get a look at the parts. Okay, we'll start with the first, a sprue. Now I don't really can tell you what everything is. What I'm going to look for is flash or anything like that, but being a dragon kit, we know there's not going to be no flash. You've actually got two of these virtually well, they are identical except for they've got a join in the middle there on one of them. For what reason I don't know, but I would say there's the sides. This is the top deck, and the rest of the bits and pieces I don't know. So, and this is the second one, as you can see, exactly the same, except for it's got two hatches where the other one had one large one. Final drives, I don't know if that's the front. I'd say it's the base for the front of some shape, size or description, but typical dragon form, everything nicely moulded, nice and clean. What more could you ask for? Loads of little parts, loads of little parts. I think I'm going to be regretting this. This is going to be another Beaufort gun saga, but all nice and clean and crisp. Turn that one over. All nice and clean, no complaints about anything, except for the price of dragon kits. That's about the only complaint I think I can do. Everything nice and tidy. On to the next sprue. This is just one of wheels and some more drive sprockets and some other fiddly bits. I'm noticing there's a lot of fiddly bits in this. A lot of fiddly bits. By the look of it, this is all the engine parts. A very small engine. I'm debating now to put the engine in or not, but there we go. Yeah, all nice and clean, all nice and crisp, as you would expect from a dragon kit. Yep. There's not too many sprues in this. Then we move on. These are the ammo boxes and the shells. I suppose as shells go, they're nice and clean and tidy. And we've got some of the shell case holders there, transporters should I say. This is the final large sprue. Just try and turn the so I'm just trying to turn the brightness down a bit. It was a little bit on the bright side. Loads of little pieces. We've got 3 barrel brakes there as well, of different shape sizes. But all in all, like I say, no complaints from a Dragon kit. One piece barrel, which is nice. Yeah, one piece barrel. And the final bit, well, not actually final bit, but is the gun shield. Nicely moulded. Reasonably thin. Might have to do a little bit of sanding on that, we'll see. And the top, now the top, it is pretty cool. It's got some nice material effects in there. But there's no frame, it just sits over the top, which is a bit disappointing because it would have been nice to actually see the frame. I'm just wondering how difficult it is to scratch build a frame and actually make a new cover. I don't think you're going to get it exactly the same as that, but you're going to be. I think I could actually do that. Right, that's the top cover. One little piece on its own. This is the front of the vehicle. As you can see, it's not massively big. This is the driver's side, I would say, because it's got the 2 recesses for the handles. The other were for a passenger, I suppose. What can you say about that? It's nicely moulded, no flash. I'm not going to even take these out because these are, well, I suppose we could try and get one out. Have we got a pair of tweezers? Because these are minute. The camera's down that low and it's still not reaching it. Right. You're not really going to see that. But it's nicely detailed, nicely done, as Dragon tracks are normally. There's 144 of them, for your information, but they're nice. Oh, tell a lie, look, we've got a little hole here. I've not even opened it. We'll have a little look at that. We have some very small fine bits there. There are little fine bits as well. Already got one there coming off the sprue, and the little lower hole, which is quite sweet. It's quite a tiny thing. So that's that. We have a couple of sheets, well, very tiny sheets of PE. And they are tiny sheets. There are some little bits on there and some plates for somewhere. And that's the final one. That has got the ends for the shells and little ties there by the look of it. And even through that plastic, it's quite thin. It's not very robust stuff. And finally, the decals, decals, transfers or stickers, there's not a lot on there, just numbers, and we've got a V4 and that's it. So that's it. That's it for this little kit. So thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one.